Jamie Marcelletti here, founder and lead injector at Skin Deep Cosmetics and Aesthetics. We're here to make the overwhelming world of aesthetic treatments less confusing by educating you on all things beauty and anti-aging. Let's get into it. Right, you guys, so today we're going to talk about all things facial aging. How do we age? Important to understand how the facial anatomy ages. Our skin ages, the fat pads age, as well as the periosteum or the bone. The skin, I will always tell you, is our first line of defense in camouflaging any of that underlying aging that's occurring, right? So skin density and thickness is super important. Skin ages, and I love to use this analogy, the old sock versus the new sock. When our skin is younger, it's like a brand new sock. The fibers, you pull that sock out of the package, the fibers are tight and it's beautifully thick. And as you wash and dry and wear that sock, it begins to get bigger. Those fibers begin to get looser, and this is actually, unfortunately, what's happening to our skin as we age. So, okay, that's the skin, right? Now, what's happening to our fat pads? Our fat pads, which we have several, in superficially and then deep fat pads, start to, and really the ones that we're most worried about are the superficial ones. The superficial fat pads, on a whole, will start to shrink, right? And what happens is when these fat pads start to shrink, they're going to make the face feel like it's coming in and then coming down, right? Which is a complaint I hear, an aesthetic concern that I hear a lot during consultations, right? So adjusting fat pads and volume loss, integral. The third thing that we can address in our non-surgical way is periosteum, the bone, the skull. So a lot of people don't realize is that as we age, our bone wears away in certain areas. So I always like to say to somebody, like, think of your grandparents maybe. When they were younger, they may have appeared like their face was fuller, they may have appeared like they were a little taller, and they're kind of shriveling up and in. And a lot of that has to do with because the bone is actually reabsorbing or wearing away. Studies show that bone wears away anywhere muscle inserts on the bone. So that means chin, ramus, mandible, the hole behind the nose in a skull, that actually starts to widen, increasing the visibility or appearance of small lines and nasal folds. Same thing with the orbits or the holes in the skull behind the eyes. Those openings actually start to widen, which add to the aged appearance of eyes, which is a very common aesthetic concern. So now that we've discussed how facial anatomy ages via the skin, fat pads, and the bone, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we can do to help the skin, help volume loss, as well as build back a little periosteum.